All right, now let's bring you the Times Network exclusive coverage on an issue that has, of course, been dominating the headlines. We all know about Sidhu Moosewala's gruesome killing. Following that, Times Network exclusive report on how it was a rather close shave for Salman Khan as well. In fact, this is what would reveal the most stunning twist that you've heard of in the Moosewala murder investigation, and this one has a connection with Salman Khan.
Sidhu Moosewala's killing was gruesome. It was shocking and it stunned India and many millions of his fans across the globe. Although what we will tell you today will stun many more across the world. Times Network today reveals the most stunning twist in the Sidhu Moosewala murder investigations thus far, and this one also has a connection with Salman Khan. The fact that a sharpshooter almost got the Bollywood superstar Salman Khan outside his residence. Yes, that's what we are revealing to you on the broadcast today. And to actually speak further on it, I'm now joined on the broadcast by my colleague and Mirror Now's editor-in-chief Nikunj Garg, who is bringing you this exclusive news break right here on the broadcast. Nikunj, it's over to you. This is a very, very shocking detail that we are breaking for our viewers. A sharpshooter almost getting Bollywood superstar. What more do we know about this?
Well, absolutely, Griha. The fact is that till now, in this entire investigation, for various purposes of investigation, actually, this has not been informed, or this has not come out that Salman Khan was actually saved by a whisker, that a sharpshooter with a small bore pistol in a hockey stick was almost at his gates during the entire course of investigation. For the first time today, we can inform our viewers that it is not about a threat letter. This is not about a threat email or a threat call to Mr. Salman Khan, that all of this security detailing has been done or being done by the Mumbai police. Actually, Lawrence Bishnoi gang had dispatched a sharpshooter who carried a small bore weapon hidden inside a casing of a hockey stick. Obviously, this would have to be a modified hockey stick, because otherwise the hockey sticks will not have the space to carry even a smaller bore weapon. Mr. Salman Khan actually got saved by a whisker. And the fact is that usually, obviously, they had done a recce. They were aware that when he's leaving for his cycling in the morning, he is usually most unprotected and vulnerable. That day, as the luck would have it, he had to attend a public function. And because he had to attend a public function, a Mumbai police escort was on his gates. That unnerved this sharpshooter, and they probably decided at the last moment that this is probably not the most prudent time or most prudent moment to act on what they had planned. And either the shooter got unnerved or they decided to pull him back at the last moment, because with the police presence, it would certainly would have resulted in a larger bloodbath or mayhem. And that is how Mr. Salman Khan got saved. And this is what, when this came to light during the entire interrogation process of Sidhu Moosewala's killers, and particularly Lawrence Bishnoi, that the state police forces, the law enforcement across multiple states, not just Maharashtra, not just Mumbai police, swung into action and have now tightened the security arrangements, not only at the residence of Mr. Salman Khan, but obviously his personal security detail too. For last at least 4-5 days, we have been listening that Salman Khan is under some kind of a threat. There has been a press conference by the Mumbai Police Commissioner. There have been other commentary made. But today, for the first time, we can tell our viewers what was the nature of the threat, how that threat would have actually executed itself at Mr. Salman Khan, one of the biggest mega stars that Bollywood industry has ever seen, currently reigning superstar as well, and with millions of followers, not only in India, but across the globe. God willing, I mean, as luck would have it, that strike failed, and giving the law enforcement yet another chance to completely ensure a foolproof security for the megastar.
Right. And Nikunj, the big question is why? Why this attempt to kill Salman Khan?
Yes. I mean, on the face of it, what they're telling their interrogators, though, you will have to take it with a pinch of salt, because with the hardened criminals interrogation, the details are difficult to get by, and the details are always almost always sketchy to begin with. And remember, this interrogation by the Delhi Police's special cell and others have just begun in the last 1 week or so. And obviously, the initial focus of the probe would be on the killers of Sidhu Moosewala, and their primary focus of any law enforcement in this, whether it is Punjab or Delhi, would be to get to the bottom of that killing, because that man, Sidhu Moosewala, has unfortunately lost his life. In this case, their claim is that because they are Bishnois, the natural protector of the nature's creatures, and because they think in their own minds that Mr. Salman Khan got off lightly and actually was never made to serve the proper punishment or the proper prison term for the killing of that black buck, they wanted to avenge the death of that black buck. But to me, it appears to be a ruse. When any gang, traditionally right from the times of Haji Mastan, Dawood Ibrahim, and modern-day gangsters, have tried to spread their wings, whenever they have tried to exert a larger arc of influence outside their own area or domain or topography where they have been operating, Bollywood has always been the most lucrative target. Bollywood has always been the most ostentatious and most lucrative target. And therefore, to my sense is, when Lawrence Bishnoi and his cohorts realized that they need to spread their arc of influence, they've decided to tell the biggest of them all, Mr. Salman Khan. And that probably is the real reason. However, it is being couched in an attempt to avenge the death of a black buck.
Absolutely. All right. Nikunj, in fact, I'm now joined on the broadcast by Mr. Raza Murad, very, very closely related to Salman Khan also. Mr. Murad, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. Very, very important news break that we have for our viewers, and also very, very scary details for all the fans who are watching this. This will be something that they will be absolutely worried and shocked about. This is about Salman Khan. All right. We seem to have lost that link with Raza Murad. We'll try and reconnect with him. However, this is a news break that my colleague Nikunj is bringing for us, and of course talking about the Lawrence Bishnoi angle when it comes to actor Salman Khan also being targeted. So this was not about a threat letter. This was about a gruesome killing that might just have happened. Thankfully, God willing, this was averted, and this was something that was being targeted at actor Salman Khan while he goes for his cycling in the morning. We are playing out those visuals on your screen. He goes completely unguarded every morning outside his residence, goes to cycle across the streets of Mumbai, and that is where that recce really was done. And this was actually seen that this is the time when the actor can be targeted. All right, I'm told that Raza Murad is back with me on the broadcast. Mr. Murad, we are breaking this unfortunate piece of news, news that we can now find, underline that and really conclude that there was, of course, a threat to actor Salman Khan's life. You are associated with Salman Khan. You've known the man, ever since. What do you have to say about this targeting of such an important name in the industry?
Firstly, I would like to say in Hindi that जिससे ऊपर वाला रखे उसे कौन चखे. And secondly, I would say कि मारने वाले से बचाने वाला बहुत बड़ा होता है. Until and unless the God doesn't want somebody to be dead or alive, no one can harm, or no one can take anybody's life until and unless if it's God willing. So I think because Salman Khan does a lot of good work, lot of charitable work, he helps a lot of underprivileged poor people. So he has, the prayers of millions of people. He's a matinee idol. He is a superstar, and he has
Absolutely.
lot of
मुराद साहब, मैं
goodwill.
आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि आपका इतना ज्यादा एसोसिएशन रहा है सलमान के साथ, आपकी बात हुई है? क्योंकि ये तो बहुत दिनों तक मीडिया में आ रहा था कि उनको एक थ्रेट लेटर भेजा गया है. Of course, the police was in, talking to the actor. Of course, his security really was increased by the Maharashtra government. That was coming out in the news. But this is something that is absolutely shocking. Have you managed to speak to the actor?
Not yet, because I think he must be still quite taken aback by all this, and I think he needs some kind of rest. He should not get disturbed because of this, shocking incident. But he has been saved just by a whisker because of his, the good deeds which he always does towards the needy and downtrodden people. So this is the reason, and now the security agencies have to be very, very agile to protect him. And I think the would-be assailants were overconfident about doing this, but somehow or the other they could not succeed in doing this black deed, I would say.
Right, Mr. Murad.
So
All right. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a very important news break that we are putting out for our viewers over there. A sharpshooter almost getting Bollywood megastar Salman Khan is something that we actually need to have our focus on our eyes on. Absolutely shocking details emerging. An exclusive news break right here on the broadcast. Also joining me today is Mr. A.K. Jain, who's a former DGP Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Jain, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. First of all, your first words about the shocking development that we are breaking for our viewers. A murder attempt for Salman Khan. This is absolutely shocking.
It has been going on for several years. I remember a few years back when Black Buck incident of Jodhpur had taken place. Even at that time, Lawrence Bishnoi had issued threat that he will eliminate Salman Khan because of it. So this threat was always there, and threat should be taken very seriously. And serious risk is there for this person, and he keeps personal security also. Government should also give him security. He should keep his movements absolutely secret, a big secret. He shouldn't declare his movement. He should keep on changing cars, which is advised by security people, and he should remain cautious. That is most important.
Mr. Jain, like you rightly said, this was a threat that had earlier also sent out to the actor by Lawrence Bishnoi, and this was something that the actor also had spoken about in the process of recording his statement with the Mumbai police, where he had said that he only knows about Lawrence Bishnoi as much as the other people know about him, and also through the earlier case associated with him. Now, the fact that this Black Buck case is once again rearing its ugly head, and now this is out in the open that it is because of that this Salman Khan was targeted once again, could possibly have been worse, but thankfully it was averted. Details have emerged on how this particular murder attempt could have possibly taken place. So all of that coming to light, and his movement was really taken care of, really dotted. The Reiki was foolproof. So those are the kind of details that we are breaking for our viewers. So this is absolutely horrific, because if in the morning, like we are also showing the visuals on the screen, he likes to cycle across the streets of Mumbai, he goes there unguarded. All of this was noted by the killers, by the sharpshooter, probably noting down his movement, and this is the time where he decided to target the actor.
He should not move around. Even I have seen visuals in which he's driving a bicycle, he's enjoying himself, he's at his farmhouse. So being a superstar, now he should take all possible precautions. He should take the advice of security experts of the security group guarding him, and he should act as per their advice. He shouldn't move around on a cycle or on foot, because then you become a target. You can easily be targeted. in a moving car, which is especially if it is bulletproof, then it is very difficult to hit a person. But when you are walking, when you are doing cycling, so you are a sitting duck. And at times I feel that such notorious criminals, just to gain publicity also, they issue this kind of threat that we will liquidate Salman Khan. I don't know how serious the threat is from his side, but if security agencies have done the assessment and they feel that there is serious threat, then it should be taken very seriously and he should be provided all possible help and security so that he is safe and sound.